Hey, what's going on, guys? Infamous Beats. Today I'm gonna come at you with the beat which kind of sounds like Rick Ross's Elvis Presley Boulevard. I've been to Miami, to South Beach recently, so I really like the place and I really like the song as well, so I thought I'd make something kind of like that. This is what I'm talking about. Just a little snippet. Damn, that shit annoying when they just censor stuff up. Well, anyways, that's a beat I really like, so I decided I'd make something kind of like that. And this is what I've come up with. And I'm gonna break it down pattern by pattern and let you hear what the whole thing sounds like. So the beat is pretty slow, it's like 126. The first pattern we go into is this kick. So this is the kick. Let me turn up a little bit because you cannot really hear anything. There we go. This is the first kick. As you can see, it's 16 bars, so that's the way I like to do it. I like switching things up a little bit, and it makes it easier to just play around with the notes and everything. So everything is on C5, and this is what it looks like. Then we go on to pattern number 2, which is already the 808, and I'm not gonna talk about that right now because I would otherwise spoil the whole thing. And we go on to this snare, which is a pretty low snare with some reverb on it. Kind of with like that old school feel to it. And then we have the snare filler. Chief Keef snare filler to complement with the percussions and everything. And then we have also this other percussion right here. It's just kind of like a ride. There we go. Then we have another one, which is kind of like a higher one, to kind of go back and forth with the one before. You can hear how it sounds like in the patterns. Then we have some more percussions as well, kind of like a shaker for the closure. There we go. Then let's move on to pattern number 9. And pattern number 9 is pretty much the string hits, the one that is kind of like a brass into the actual beat. This I've made this with Nexus, and it's cardiac hit. This is what it looks like, and this is what it sounds like. I really like the sound, and also the chords. I think it's a pretty basic, but it's a good melody. It's pretty catchy. So from then on, we just go on with the same melody. I just did like the string hits. This is just like the single hit of the same actual instrument and everything. And then I went on to the bells, building on from the same melody. As I said always in the other videos, it also helps with the ghost channels, so you can have also the same notes. And as a matter of fact, let me go back, and as you can see in pattern number 10, these are the notes I covered: D6, A5, F5, D5, and A4. And as you'll see in the next pattern, I just go from D down to A and so on, always following the same notes so that everything is in key. So as you can see here, I go from A5 down to F5 down to D5, then the basic, the lower octave is on A4, and then I just go from there and just like build things up. This is like a bell. This is what the preset is. Always a Nexus Hellish Bells from Rackstrap. And then we move on to the high brass hook. It's as you can hear, it's the same notes as the other one, but just stretched out over the whole length of the whole pattern. And this is still Nexus drum and strings, and it's a pretty nice kind of like a high brass slash synth to it. And then this is the main melody, which, as you can see, it's still in key with the same chord, just switching things up a little bit and changing the length of the actual single notes, and then, you know, playing around a little bit with it. And this is what the main melody sounds like. Sounds pretty good to me, like a chill, relaxed kind of feel to it. And this is Dance Orchestra Diva Staccato. Then we go on to, what do we have? This is like a low hit thing, just a single hit. As you can see, A2 is a pretty low note, if you ask me, and this is how I EQ'd it to make it sound like that growly and everything with the Camel Crusher, the dark crunch, and then I just cut off all the bass a little bit because it's like there's way too much going on down here, and it will make the whole thing like cloudy and muddy. It doesn't sound good. So let's go on to pattern number 15, which is another hit, which is still this detuned brass from the orchestra, Dance Orchestra pack. And this is just like the same but doubled, so every half. And then we go on to this is like another pattern I've stacked up into the hook, and it's like this is what this is, pulsating brass. It's like it has like a dramatic feel to it with these choirs and everything in it as well, and I think it's like a nice background sound to add some ambience to the whole thing. So this is what it sounds like. There we go. That was how I EQ'd it. It actually sounds a little bit like an old gramophone. So it has like a nice old school feel to it. This is like the vocal, you know, trademark Greg Rouse at the end of the closure of the bar. And then what do we have next? We have this hook whistle, which is kind of like a theremin ghost whistle type thing. It's like a, it's just a high melody for the hook. By itself, it's actually pretty annoying, but you know, in the whole thing, and that's why I put it so low. I mixed it so low with the whole thing as well. And now we go back to the main. No, wait, there's this pattern still, the chopped hi-hats, to switch things up a little bit with the percussions. As you can see, it goes faster. Yeah, I chopped it up to make things a little bit faster towards the end of the bar. So then here would be the snare, so it goes pa, and there you go. And now we go back to the most important part of the whole thing, which is actually this 808, because when also in the original, when it kicks in, you can really, that's when it really goes hard. So this is what I did with the 808. As you can see, it's on F4, so it's a pretty low octave, and this is what it sounds like. There's quite a lot of excursion. As you can see, it goes from F4 to F5 all the way up to D6 at the end of the bar. And I also have, I believe, another closure pattern. No, wait, actually that was the closure 808 with the switch up at the end, and this is the main 808 pattern, which has a little less excursion, so to keep things a little more mellow and not too, you know, agitated. And this is on F4, and it goes up to F5, and then it stays on F4, A4. Still a pretty hard thing, if you ask me. If you then this is how I EQ'd it to make it sound like that. Obviously the kick and the 808 are the most important parts. This is how I EQ'd the 808, taking things out of 114 to make the kick really stand out and hit here, boosting the low bass, and adding that camel crusher too with the tube warmth. This is how I did the whole thing. Alright, this is enough as far as the pattern by pattern goes, and then this is how I laid the beat out. I've actually stopped using, I'm trying to stop using pattern blocks, as I will be moving on to FL12. Right now I'm still in the 10. I actually like the patterns, the legacy blocks, but still. Now I work more with the playlist because it's like easier to chain things up and everything. And then this is what the beat sounds like. It's like it goes in, it starts with the intro, and then it goes in the hook, and then there's the verse, and then it goes the hook again. And I would need to actually finish this up and add like another verse and maybe 2 hooks and everything. I think it might need a little bit of still like effects and everything, but it sounds pretty cool and like this already. And I didn't want to put too much, and I didn't want to have too much going on at the same time, because this is like a kind of like a throwback, more like relaxed type of beat. So this is how I did it. Hope you like it. I will release the FLP at 150 comments and 150 likes. That's the way I do it now. So get to typing, you know what to do. I'm out. Let go. Hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. 150 likes, 150 comments. I will release the FLP. Subscribe. Always new shit coming up. So I'm out. Lego.